I've never been on a real set like this. I didn't know what to think. I thought I might feel really out of place. Um, I've heard all sorts of stories about writers not being wanted on set and things like that, and so I was kind of just like concerned about like how am I gonna like stay out of the way and like, whatever. What's up, everyone? I'm Nathan Graham Davis, and I'm a Hollywood screenwriter living in Massachusetts. I rebroke in 2021, got my first movie made in 2022, and I'm leaving behind my day job to pursue this career full-time in less than 2 months. This is a series about my attempt to take that momentum and turn it into a full-time career, documenting the highlights and insights and the challenges along the way. So it's the morning of February 16th, 2023. We've got some renovations going on here at the house, and so I'm hiding in my son's room on a beanbag beneath his loft bed to try and mitigate some of that noise. Today is a big day, though, because it kicks off the European film market, where my movie Aftermath will be making an appearance. It was produced by Voltage Pictures, and their business model is essentially that they produce things on their own dime and then take them out to market once they're in the can. So now that the movie is almost through post, it's going out to distributors, and the way in which things will play out will have a direct impact on the release date, how it's released, and all of that. This was my first movie, and like a lot of first movies, this was a non-Writers Guild deal. So although the purchase price was in the ballpark of WGA's scale, I don't have that WGA back end built in, and the distribution deal won't really have any sort of direct financial impact. But absolutely, it could impact the way the movie is perceived and the way I'm perceived by association, which will impact the types of meetings I'm able to get and the type of opportunities that may come my way. So it's still a pretty big deal. It's been quite the journey getting to this point. I wrote that script back in 2012 and optioned it back then to another producer, but it never managed to get made. And then, a decade later, after a pretty wild series of events, I was on set watching it be shot. And while I can't share any videos from the set itself, I thought it would be cool to share a couple from the days that I spent there. So I am headed to set. It is Thursday the 12th. Movie's been going for almost 2 weeks now, and I am so excited. It's going to be just, I don't even know what to expect, honestly. I'm like a total set newbie when it comes to any like really big legitimate productions. The producer put me in touch with like the production supervisor and some other people to kind of arrange everything. And the funny thing is that the only person that I've heard back from is the health and safety specialist who's coordinating all the COVID stuff, because you got to go get tested a couple days before you can go down. So I have no idea what to expect at all. And I don't know, maybe that's actually like a good thing. At first I was kind of really hoping somebody would tell me what to do and where to go, but maybe I'll just get to kind of like walk on and just observe and see what's going on and kind of do my own thing. So anyway, I have no idea what to expect, but I am super excited. I mean, this is a absolute dream come true through and through, just all the way, and it's actually happening today. So I'm in Weymouth now, like 10 minutes from the set. I just got a text from the producer and an email with like the call sheets and everything like that. It's fucking cool. It's like there's like call sheets with all of my slug lines on them and the cast list of all the characters, and it's just fucking madness. So pretty cool. I can't wait to go there. So I'll be there in a little bit. Oh shit. Today was fucking amazing. Top 10 day of my life for sure. I mean, my kids' births, my wedding day. I'm sure there's a couple others in there, but like today was amazing. Like I showed up at the set like not knowing what to expect. Total set newbie. I've never been on a real set like this. I didn't know what to think. I thought I might feel really out of place. I've heard all sorts of stories about writers not being wanted on set and things like that, and so I was kind of just like concerned about like how am I gonna like stay out of the way and like whatever. And like immediately I just felt super welcome there. I met with Mark, who was the like health and safety coordinator for code and shit, and he like kind of deposited me in Video Village, and I just started introducing myself to people between takes. Got to connect with so many really cool people today who were all working on a movie that I wrote. It was wild. Like every once in a while, like I would realize that there were 70, 80, maybe 100 people there today, who were all working on something that I wrote. Like, and I just kept forgetting that I was like the genesis of that. And it's such a crazy fucking feeling. Like, I still can't believe it's real. It looked so good. I was reminded why I'm not an actor, a director, a DP, or a billion other things, because like these people are all just like experts in what they do, and it looked better than I could have imagined. The actors, like they brought so much more life than I could have imagined to those characters. It was a really, really, really special day. I got to meet Derek and Daniel, who play Kilo and Echo, a couple like the main henchmen. And it was really cool because like this is kind of their first big break too, and they've also been at their craft for a really long time, had a really hard time of it just like I have. Daniel like even took a break just like I did, and really cool. We live like 5 miles from each other, had no idea that there was somebody else from the same area. So obviously I hope I'll get to hang out with that guy a whole lot more. Connected with Mason Gooding, who it turns out has been watching my YouTube channel. So shout out Mason if you're watching this. It is pretty crazy. Like this has all actually happened. It's come together. And I just could not be more stoked. Especially like this script, the fact that I wrote it a decade ago, it almost went and then it died. And then like, I just kind of thought it was completely dead, and now it's back and like new life has been breathed into it. Patrick Lussier, I hope I said his last name right. The director, such a cool guy. I didn't know if he'd even want to speak to me because like I had never been contacted by him in the last few months. And he did a director's pass, and I thought maybe he just like didn't want me to be involved in the project at all. And he was awesome. Like he took me through set on lunch and like walked me through like the command center and shit and showed me everything. And we started talking about like some of the decisions that he'd made on the script that I actually thought were pretty fucking smart. And like he kind of gave me the insight into why he did those things. Some of it was logistics and some of it was like character motivated, but I just feel like that's shit that's going to help me level up as a writer. I'm just so grateful for those moments. Just like everybody, the whole cast, all the crew, getting to meet them today, it was a real pleasure. They were all so warm. And just getting to see this creation that came from my imagination come to life. I mean, I'm addicted to it after day one. Like I have to do another one of these movies. Like there's just nothing like it. It's crazy. It's so cool. It was so fun. So I guess, you know, now I'm just gonna have to go after the next one. And for what it's worth, I feel like, you know, I had concerns about some of the notes that I did rewrites on. There were some pretty big changes that we made, but all of those led to this getting made. And now it's like, okay, like it was 100% the right call to do those. And, you know, kudos to my manager, Jeff, and my producer, Tim, who like kind of really encouraged me to like stick with it and do it, because like it got the movie made, and like all of that was worth it for this experience. It is a blast. And I think it's actually going to be pretty good. Like I'm so pumped to see it and for people to see it. So anyway, really great day. I'm going to go back to the set tomorrow. Tonight, I'm hanging out with the Rasmussen brothers, who I've never met in person. We're going to have some beers because they're out here in Boston, and that should be fun. And I don't know, onward. Anyway, good shit. So yeah, a pretty exciting time. And now we're out to distributors. I am super excited and really eager to learn what happens. I'm honestly not too nervous. Part of that I think is just because I've learned not to expect too much in this business as kind of a defense mechanism, which allows me to be pleasantly surprised when things do work out. But, also, I'm just fucking exhausted. I turned in at 2 a.m. last night and got up again at 6:30 because, dad duty does not get put on hold just because I'm burning the candle at both ends. And, I did stay up for a good reason, though. I finally shipped out my new spec to my manager for his eyes, as well as a couple other trusted readers. And this is the first new spec I've written since working with him. So, again, a pretty big deal. It took a little over a year to get to this point, which is way too long. Part of that was because I was doing rewrites on two other scripts for producers, but part of it was also definitely the kind of pressure to perform and outdo myself that I talked about in another video, and some of the paralysis that came along with that. So, anyway, I finally have something that feels worth turning in, and that is great. It's not perfect, but it's better than a typical first draft that I would produce. By late November, I'd already gotten through 109 pages of this thing and then realized that it needed an entirely new direction. So I scrapped all of that and started over from page one. And, that's always a little scary, but sometimes it's just part of the process, and in this case, it was well worth it. In the first video of this series, I outlined 5 goals that I wanted to achieve before leaving my day job. It's been 3 months, and so I figure it's probably a good time to do an update on those. The first of those goals was just to get this new spec ready. The second was to finish the rewrite on Aether so that the producers could move forward. The third was to write a short film so that I'd have an opportunity to produce something this year. The fourth was to develop another concept to a pitch or outline level. And then the fifth was to meet 20 new people in the business. So here's how those are coming. Like I said, I turned that new spec into my manager and a couple of close writer friends. We'll see what they think about that, but my gut says that it's about 85% there. I've got just under 2 months before I leave my day job, so I think it'll likely be ready by then. That would be great because there may be a WGA strike coming not too long after that, and if we have an opportunity to take it out before then, that would be ideal. So that's what I'm gunning for. We'll see what happens. I finished the rewrite for Aether, and it was well received by the producers. They had a few more tweaks that they wanted me to do, so I did another quick polish, and we had a meeting yesterday. No notes this time, which was awesome, and now we're moving forward to the next steps. So, fantastic. Things have shifted in terms of writing a short film to produce. Why is that? Well, instead, I'm producing on a feature. The project's called Urban Ed, and the writer and director, Wade Wofford, is a super talented guy that I've known for 15 years. He lives nearby. We're going to be shooting locally, and there was an opportunity to come on board and add some value to the team. The script is also wonderful. It's got an 8 on the blacklist and all sorts of other accolades. It's meaningful, and I'm excited to be involved. We've got a little over half the 6-figure budget raised, and we hope to shoot this summer, so things are really shaping up. Obviously, this is keeping me a little busier than I expected to be, but with producing being one of my goals, it was an incredible opportunity to learn and also help a friend achieve his own dream. So that's awesome, and I am stoked. As for my fourth goal, I have started working on a new idea, and I want to develop that, and I'm going to continue to do so. But I've also connected with a friend of mine who I consider to be something of a mentor, and we're talking about doing a co-write. He's an amazing writer and has a great track record, and it's very possible that this will be where a lot of my energy goes once I wrap up work on the new spec, as working with him would be a fantastic opportunity to learn. And so if that winds up happening, that's going to kind of replace that fourth goal. Finally, for my fifth goal, that was to meet 20 new people in the business, and I honestly stopped tracking it, and I'm pretty sure I've exceeded it because, in addition to my normal work, the side benefit of producing on a project is I'm having meetings with all sorts of people constantly across, many different fields in this business, and that has been pretty cool. So I'm busy. It's going to be a very intense 7 or 8 weeks or so until I leave my day job, and these are great problems to have. I'm very grateful for all that's going on and excited to see where it all leads, and I will be back with an update once distribution lines up for Aftermath, assuming I can talk about it. Thanks so much, everybody, and all the best as you chase your own dreams.